Citizens, what's up? President Awall here. Thank you for tuning in again to my Star Wars Force Arena content. Appreciate all the great comments. I'm going to be rocking this Luke Skywalker Ben Kenobi deck. This is the same deck that the third ranked player in the entire game at this point, there's about 1 million players, right, is using. I tested it out. I won about 5 games in a row, just had a draw. Let's see if I can continue that winning streak before I go and hit the ladder with this deck, and I talk about it a bit in between matches. I do have a guild. Some of you guys have discovered it. I posted it in a comment. It's the Citizens Guild, obviously, and you guys are welcome to join. The only required tier right now is Carbonite. We've got about 30 slots left or so in this guild, and every season I'm going to be bumping up the tier requirement to be in the guild, and if you aren't within that tier requirement, I'll probably end up having to kick some people that are lower tier, because I'm actually looking to get pretty serious about this game. But I want all of you guys to have the first opportunity to be a part of the guild and to join initially as we kind of build this up, because I'm sure there's going to be guild events in the future. So really quick, this deck is really straightforward. There's 3 common cards, 2 epic cards, 1 unique, and 2 rare cards, 1 epic, and 1 unique. And long story short, you've got some really nice mob options here with basically your ability to clear out a large area of effect here, a large mob, and you've got a really nice option to take down more armor-based units. You've got a nice mid-range infantry unit that you can also take armor-based units down with. Ben Kenobi can essentially convert enemy units to your favor, so you can swing the sort of economy battles and those counters in certain lanes in major ways. And I've got one really solid tanking option here with Wookiee Warrior, my higher cost tanking option, and of course my siege option. So this is a well-rounded deck with Luke Skywalker, of course, being very versatile, very tanky. The attack power on Luke Skywalker decreased, it appears, between pre-release and release, but still really good, and obviously his special ability, his damage increases when Ben Kenobi dies. We'll talk more about the specifics of the deck, but that's the basic overview of all the cards that are a part of this deck. It's always best just to see the deck in action, in my opinion. Up against a Darth Vader, this will be a little bit more difficult. Sometimes I succeed when I'm up against more ranged heroes. Who are lower HP, like a Han Solo. I can do pretty well against a Han Solo with this deck, so we'll see if I'm able to counter Vader properly. Alright, cool, let's check it out. Let's see what he ends up throwing here. Click that mini-map, see what he's got. If he makes no decisions, then I'm going to make one. I don't want to delay here. And he's just got a couple troopers here that he's going to send up this lane. What I'll end up doing most likely is just throwing 2 tanking units here. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, because this probe is going to really effectively counter any mob that I throw in this lane. Really nice ATST in the top lane, trying to be a sneaky ATST. It's really not going to work, and I've got a fantastic counter to ATST. I'm going to send that Gonk droid in, and it's going to be basically a 1v1 battle here. Who's going to be able to take down the turret quicker? Looks like we're both going to take down turret, and I'm going to just continue to throw units in this lane here and see if I can keep that momentum going. Looks like Vader is attacking my base. I'm going to drop... looks like the rocket unit here is probably the majority of the problem. They ended up taking this thing down, and I actually am going to kill his Vader, which is nice. And I'm going to continue to push up this lane. So he's got a 2-turret advantage here. His main base is almost dead. So I have a really, really solid position where I can take down secondary turret, and I can end up taking the lead in this game. So I'm going to just try to do that. I'm going to drop Gonk Droid in the top lane. He'll be forced to deal with it. He's going to be forced to run after that as I take down his turret, which is gorgeous. And then I'm just going to run away and go defend my base. So here it is. Going to drop Grenadier here, which should deal with this mob really effectively. I might end up losing these rebels because of this explosion with the droid. There it is. Don't care. I need to keep this turret alive at all costs so that there's not a tie scenario. And, you know, I'm going to continue to push up this lane, and it's the right decision. And Vader, you're going to die. Watch this. Using my special ability on Vader. No, don't attack that droid, everybody. Damn it. Well, they did. And it is what it is. So I'm going to drop a tank here in this lane, and I'm just going to go FTW. Taking it out. Need to pop out and steal his health. which is really good stuff. I love doing that. And it looks like he's dropping maybe a rocket here or something. Is that an ATST? I'm clicking the screen and nothing's happening. Come on. Oh, that was such lag. That was such delay. That was really frustrating. Still need to take down this ATST though, and there it is. Ended up winning the game in the top lane anyway, and that's this Luke Skywalker deck. You have nice reactionary tactics, nice counters to almost anything that the enemy is going to be able to throw at you, which is great. Nice anti-mob, nice mid-range damage, nice melee damage, 2 decent tanking options, conversion of units to your side for nice economy with Ben Kenobi. It's just a really, really solid, well-balanced deck. I'm really a huge fan of it. It's super effective. None of the new cards are here. This is all old cards, and it seems to be performing pretty well. Like at this point, I'm Chromium 2000 rating. That's not like incredible or anything. I'm not trying to brag about it, but I think that I'll be able to get a couple divisions up before the season is out, hopefully. It would be amazing if I was able to accomplish being a Rhodium this season with this deck. Anyway, enough jibber jabber about the deck. Let's continue to play. Let's continue to play. So let's do it. Post in the comments below on this video what heroes you guys are using and what decks you're using. I'd be really, really curious to see. This battlefield will change soon. Next is Tatooine for me. Okay, cool. That sounds good. But I'd be curious to know what heroes and decks you guys are playing, and if you guys have been able to pick up some uniques. I have yet to pick up legendaries and uniques through opening regular packs, like play packs or victory packs and what have you, and I don't even know if that's possible. I assume it is possible, but it has not happened for me yet. I've only gotten commons, rares, and epics through those packs, and the only way that I've been able to acquire uniques and legendaries is by purchasing diamond packs, which I've purchased a couple diamond packs along the way. Let me know what you got. I'm just trying to figure out how the packs work, so seriously let me know. There is very little information on the internet about how that works, and I would love to get from you guys your experience, which would help me figure it out. So we've got this rocket here, and he's going to end up having to focus that, but really nice to always convert a rocket like that in your favor. Do that nice extra damage that you're looking to do, and we're going to continue to push this lane a bit. Wow, I'm clicking the screen and nothing's happening. There we go. That was a really, really gross lag spike, and this ATSG just wrecked up my lane here, and that just went way slower than I wanted it to go, and I ended up, because of that lag spike, not being able to react. I probably could have reacted earlier to that ATST, but it is what it is, and let's just keep going. Maybe I can come back from that. That's rough. Let me know if you guys are kind of experiencing lag issues with this game, but maybe perhaps I overcommitted to that top lane, and maybe I did. Looks like I got snared there, so I need to spend this time after I got snared just taking down their units, and I do. And this top turret is probably going to go down, which is great. Let's see if I can take it down. Looks like it's pretty close. Will Gonk Droid get there in time? No. Gonk Droid is unable to explode on that tower, which is a crying shame. And let's see if we can convert here. And I think a Ben Kenobi actually would be really solid here to push this lane out. And I'll just drop the tank and kill everything. There we go. And I think this tank is going to end up picking this one up, which is beautiful. And here we go. Going to just go 1v1. I don't care. I'll suicide on this. I really don't care. And I'm going to go, now that that's pushing top lane, I need to push bottom lane. And I could either do that or I could go for the win here. What do you guys think I should do? I'm thinking about going for the win. He's going to be able to really effectively defend. Yeah, he ended up defending that pretty damn well. I'm going to drop my Ben Kenobi here and try to convert. And there's the conversion. And let's see what we can do. Going to drop my Gonk Droid here. He's going to run towards his base. He's going to be forced to deal with that. Definitely need to continue to address any rockets he's dropping. And which is really unfortunate that he's able to pressure that lane because he got so deep into my base, but it is what it is. Dropping that Gonk on the back lines. Gonna take his health, and let's see if we can pull this off. I might have to go FTW on his base, which is it's gonna be really, really tough to pull off, to be honest. Maybe if I drop like Ben Kenobi here and I get a conversion or something. He cannot convert that unit because I think it's a unique, and those are immune to conversions. And yeah, enemy won the game there. I fell way too behind at the beginning of that game to be successful there. Big mistake. I said this in my top tips for new players video. Always keep in mind the other lane. I tunnel vision there a little bit too much, even though I got lag and I was clicking the screen and I was trying to react. I should have kept a closer eye on that bottom lane, and I ended up losing that game and losing those 17 points as a result. Like, that was on me. That was not on my opponent being incredibly skilled and pulling off some sick maneuvers. That was me just blowing it, basically. That's cool. And you have to learn from that. And like, the more times you get burned from not paying attention to that lane, the more times it'll just be stuck in your memory to like systematically, constantly be looking up at that mini-map. Is what it is, right? Cool. I'm going to drop this Grenadier here on the back lines, which I think is going to do a good job, yeah, of getting me some nice economy to, or a nice exchange here, rather, on taking out these enemy units. He's going to pull me in, really. That's fine. I mean, I survived there, and looks like we're going to be able to pressure this lane pretty heavily. I think Vader's going to come back. I'm going to try to get a pot shot or two here on this tower, and then I'm going to back out. There you go. Ended up kind of coming out on top in that situation. I need to drop my Marauders here in this lane. What are you doing? Click that. I'm getting a little bit of lag issues here, which is a little bit frustrating, to be honest. But it is what it is. Ben Kenobi ends up converting, tries to convert something there. He used his conversion ability, but I didn't see him actually convert anything. He, like, tried to Jedi mind trick like nothing. That was weird. Did you guys see that animation from Kenobi? Maybe I was imagining it, but, interesting. Going up against these melee units, you end up taking a lot of damage. Gonna drop Gonk Droid in the top lane while they're dealing with this tank. He's hoping that his damage over time is gonna take me out. We shall see. I'm probably just going to suicide on this tower and use my ability. I've got increased damage because my Kenobi went down, and that plus 20% damage is definitely something you should consider taking advantage of. As you guys saw there, I dropped my Marauders on the ground right next to Vader, and it's really good, like, reactive damage to do to people, and whatever. I died. I really don't care. In this situation, I'm already up a turret, and he's just kind of, like, just giving me units to kill. Grenadier, going to be really nice at countering these infantry units, or I've been referring to them as mob a lot. Maybe I should change my terminology. You guys let me know what terminology you think is appropriate, but I like calling them mob, because that's exactly what they are. They're mindless mobs. And this ATST is going to continue to push into this lane. If I can take out these infantry fodder on the back line, we can take down the ATST and just have a big, disgusting push here. And I'm going to drop that there, and I'm going to start to take out this light. Actually, I might leave the light armor there and use my Ben Kenobi to convert it. Let's see what happens. Kenobi, convert the right unit. Bam, there it is. Picked up his light armor. That's one of my favorite units to convert in the game. Unfortunately, that armor had very low health, so it's not going to be as effective as I would have liked of a conversion, but that's fine. Jedi mind tricks are still really fun. Ben Kenobi still does decent damage. He still is a real threat in this game. And there it is, picking up the W. So we're 2-1 with this deck. Didn't make a mistake. Vader emojiing me. That's what I'm talking about. Emoji, not emoji. Cool. I'm alright with 2 victories. I'm totally fine with that. Excellent. The year is 1994. Huh, interesting. It doesn't calculate your score there properly. Why not play one more game here? And before I do, just want to give you one last look at the deck and just talk about one more thing. I think part of the reason why this deck is really solid and really effective, you know, I mentioned that MLC3 light tank is a great unit. It is. And Chewbacca is also, or it's not Chewbacca, it's Wookiee Warrior is a great unit for tanking. But your Luke Skywalker is a tank. You have 1400 health. It looks like that was nerfed a little bit from pre-release, like I mentioned earlier. And also your Ben Kenobi is a really solid tank at 1400 health. And your Gonk Droid is a really solid tank at 1400 health. So basically, if you look at the first 5 cards here from the left, those are all tanking units. And you have a lot of HP that the enemy has to peel through, a lot of single target damage that they're going to have to do. That is going to be an issue for a lot of decks. A lot of decks are not focused on single target damage. The main enemy of this deck, I guess, that you would have to worry about is going to be a Dengar type of deck, and Forlom. That's going to be a really hard counter to this deck, depending if they obviously build a deck around it properly. But that hero unique combo is going to be a really hard counter. So let's just do one more 1v1 and see if we could pick up another W. Let's see what happens. Let's do it. My goal is to get 3 W's in this video. If I get a loss, whatever. We're 2-2. At least you got to see a really decent amount of gameplay with this deck. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And it's not that hard to acquire this deck. The difficult part to acquire is going to be that unique card, that Obi-Wan. And a lot of you guys are still discussing how should you, or that Ben Kenobi rather. You guys are still discussing how should you spend your crystals that they gave you for free and your credits. And like I mentioned in the last video, just save it. And if you are going to spend it on something, if you feel like you have to spend it on something right now, spend it on credits. Spend your crystals to get credits. You will need credits no matter what. And you will need them to upgrade. And the last thing that you want to do is bottleneck your upgrades. By not having enough money to use the cards that you work so hard to earn. Let's see what Ben Kenobi converts here. Convert something. Use your Jedi. Oh, massive Jedi mind tricks. Wow, that was such a huge Jedi mind tricks. Look at him using that giant AoE effect there. That was just absolutely disgusting. I'm going to march straight in on his base and just take him out. Look at this mob. I didn't realize that the conversion was an area of effect conversion. I just learned something today. I thought that it was, I thought it was something where you converted just one squad. I didn't realize it was something where you could convert multiple squads at the same time that happen to be in the same space. That is just wonderful. That is a wonderful piece of information that makes this deck that much more dangerous. I'm going to take down that Vader if I can. Ended up getting sleep darted or something there. I don't know what that was. I think that might be the ability of Vader's unique. Regardless, I'm just going straight at his base. And Vader can't come down here to deal with me because he's got so low HP. GG. That's it. That's his deck tearing through the ladder. So that's 3-1. Let's see if I can keep the momentum going. I hope that I can. And regardless, thanks to everybody who has joined my guild. Let's fill it up. And I'm really curious to play some of the 2v2 stuff and to test out the team up 2 versus 2 feature. And the more people we can get here in the guild, looks like awesome. Looked like some people just joined talking about the videos that I'm making, what different strategies and what have you. Get in here and we'll talk to each other. We'll level up. We'll help each other out, help each other climb the ladder. Thank you so much for watching. Going to throw up my avatar on the screen from my channel. Click that to subscribe if you want daily Star Wars Force Arena videos. And we've got 2 suggested videos here on the side. YouTube will select which ones will be relevant. Most likely they will be Star Wars Force Arena videos, and most of them are similar to this, right? I'm just talking about tips, talking about strategies, and hoping to have a kind of gameplay component to the video too to actually show it in action. Thanks for watching, amigos. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.